And if you can't tell by now, there are a variety of costumes to choose from, whether you want to sail the 7 seas with your crew, or if you want to explore somewhere no one's ever been before. The possibilities are endless. There are plenty of reasons people come down here to throw some axes. Probably the biggest reason is to blow off some steam. Throwing these axes is a great stress reliever. It's easy. You just take a step back and you throw. Well, the bus is being pulled away right now from this scene, and like you mentioned, this accident happened around 8:45 this morning. This bus was overturned on its side. Another aspect here at the gym is a thing called bouldering. You climb without ropes, and the best part about it is that when you're done, you can just let go. You mentioned it, Monique, these houses are really close together, and so are the people. For some, nothing beats filling out your bracket on good old pen and paper, but for the tech-savvy crowd, there are dozens of apps you can use to keep track of your wins and losses during the madness. There's some inflatables in this yard. There's a whole ton, a lot of your favorite characters from the films that you've probably seen, all dressed up in their best holiday attire, their best holiday outfit. The Divines were not completely sure how people would react to the signs. They're glad they're making a difference, 1 cup at a time.
We were hoping that...
And go. Push, push. Yes! Good job. They've raised over $4,040. There's still time left for people to donate, so they're getting really close.
That looks ridiculous, but anything for a good cause. Kevin?
Anything. Experts say the key to making sure you get the perfect shot of this once-in-a-lifetime event is practice.
Feel the lap vibe.
You just feel it, you know. You just a little bit of that, a little bit of that.
You just feel it.
Chair dancing. We're doing some chair dancing.
And it's the original structure that's been standing here since 1962. And as you can tell, nothing much has changed.
Jason, the dude behind you.
He's creeping us out.
The dude behind you is,
Yeah, I didn't notice that. That is a little, looking at it, it's a little creepy.
Door is a miniature door, Jason, but then you looked as tall as the door. How'd you do that?
Some TV magic. I'm not really 3 inches tall. You've heard the saying, you know, every once in a blue moon, but what about every once in a super blue blood moon? If you're ever wondering what I would look like if I was a penguin, there's your answer right there. T. Skinny Man Myers has been proving doubters wrong for decades.
They told me I'd never win the state championship. They were right. I'm the world champion.
At 61 years old, he calls himself the world's strongest granddad.
That's a wrap. A lot of people over 40, over 50, they say, that's it, I can't do it no more. But that's not how it goes.
Skinny Man started lifting weights, well, because he was skinny. He was stationed in the Philippines when the young airman decided to make a change.
Put some size on. Plus, I always wanted to lift weights. But being from the country, there was no weight rooms out there, and I didn't have anybody to teach me.
It wasn't easy. He had every reason not to do this.
I'm too skinny, too lanky, my legs are too long. You know, all the things that tell me why I can't do it.
But he kept with it.
Technique prevailed and persistency. You just gotta stay with it.
And he started taking on some stiff competition at powerlifting meets. Then the wins started piling on. And the world championships. 25 straight. And no matter what's on the bar, Skinny finds a way to keep things light.
I'm that old crazy uncle at the barbecue. You know, Uncle Bubba, the knucklehead, that's me.
Come on, Slinky.
He knows his best days might be behind him, but he's still going to keep winning.
Well, I know I'll never lift 761 again. I know that. I was young then, 51.
For a lot of us, a cup is just something you drink out of. But for one family, a red cup means so much more.
If one person decides to be kind or do something good, then I feel like it's been totally worth it.
The Divines got some inspiration from American flags above interstates they saw while on a road trip.
I looked online, you know, found a couple flags and ordered them.
They trekked together above bustling I-20 at the Grovetown exit and began their work.
The second we put up the flag, it just constant honking. It was really fun.
It was helping us feel better, and we could sense that it was helping other people feel a lot happier too.
With the flags, they put up inspirational messages for the world to see, crafted by red cups. And the Divines were not completely sure how people would react to the signs. They're glad they're making a difference, 1 cup at a time.
We were hoping that as people drive on I-20, they might be able to see the sign and it would just make them happy, and it seemed like it was doing that.
They didn't tell anyone about their family's secret.
I thought some people would just see it and be like, oh, I'll be kind today. I never thought like people would like actually think about it.
Now it's safe to say the Divine's cup will always be half full.
It's better to reach out and help somebody else than it is to always think about yourself.
In Grovetown, Jason Raven, on your side. 89-year-old Clifford Jones looks over the collection he has been building his whole life.
This is my collection of toys.
Born and raised on a farm in Georgia, Clifford's admiration for tractors came from watching a neighbor.
As a little boy, I'd watch him working in the field across the road and just developed a love for him from there.
And that love only grew when he was able to buy one for himself.
After that, I started accumulating more and more until it got to where we are today.
And today, Clifford's collection stands at more than 100 tractors, 107 to be exact.
I was mystified when he kept bringing them home. You know, I thought, what is he ever going to do with them?
Clifford traveled across the country, always adding to his collection that is so near and dear to his heart.
As a John Deere tractor, I'd like to have it. So I'd never get enough of them.
And as he gets ready to part ways with his beloved possessions, make no mistake, this isn't the end for Clifford and his tractors.
But I'll probably have one or two, maybe, more modern tractors to do whatever needs to be done around the farm.
I wouldn't be too surprised if it didn't start all over, you know.
From the Garden City to the Big Apple.
Dancing, it's a full-time job. I mean, just how anyone goes from work 9 to 5, we dance.
Christopher Wilson started dancing when he was 9, but he didn't like it right away.
It's not, you know, the normal thing for young boys to do.
He was picked on for perfecting a pirouette rather than his crossover. But over the years, his love for dance grew, and his mom gave him a choice.
She said, okay, so I think we need to narrow this down a little bit. Dance or basketball? When she asked, I instantly knew, you know, what the answer would be.
In high school, he realized this is what he was meant to do.
I just knew that this is where I'm supposed to be. Like on stage, performing, sharing with people, this is what I'm supposed to do.
He attended Fordham University and danced with the Alvin Ailey School. 1 month in, he suffered a pretty bad injury. His mom never stopped encouraging him.
It's gonna get better. Like you just have to take the time. Like, and if this is what you want to do, then you need to allow the time that you need.
Christopher healed up and never looks back. This year, he'll be joining the Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater, fulfilling a lifelong dream at 22.
I'm still kind of processing everything that's happened. It's still unreal to me.
He says, don't listen to those who say you can't do it, and don't be afraid to take that leap.
If you just put everything you have in it and you give it your all, you can go places you've never imagined.